The following is a 5 for 2 production.
What the hell was that? And now, virtually live from somewhere in America, it's the show you love, Todd Baker. What the hell was that?
Well, hello, America, and welcome back to Todd Baker's What the Hell Was That? Podcast number 5. 5, folks. And I'm telling you, I did not plan on doing more than 4. When Kevin talked me into this thing a couple months ago, I figured there'd be no way I'd get more than 4 out of me. I told him, look, I'm done by June 1st, so I can have the summer off, work on my book, run for the presidency. You know, I got some things I got to do, you know. So we're show number 5, folks. So congratulations. I'm very happy about that. Thank you, Kevin, for all of your hard work. God bless you. Happy pre-birthday to you, my friend. June 10th coming up. So Kevin's a little bit older than me, but I don't like to rub it in.
Yeah, we're only the same age for like what? We're the same age each year for like 2 months or something like that.
Something like
because
that.
you catch up to me the following April after whatever June.
Yeah. So it's only a couple month difference, but still. And happy belated birthday to my cousin Dennis O'Brien. Dennis L. O'Brien, ladies and gentlemen. So,
new announcer, well, our former announcer in the old days, and now once again back on the show. It's good to see him there.
I am the retro king here, Kevin. I don't forget old friends. I always thought Dennis did the best intro. No offense to you, but I wanted to get Dennis back in on the show. So God bless you, Dennis, for doing that. And I'm looking forward to taking a little time off this summer. I got to clean my pool. The baby pool's getting to be a mess. I don't have a cover for it, so it gets bugs and everything. And after about a week or so, you got to clean this thing out. So I'm trying not to give my parents a sinkhole, by dumping all the water out in one big place. But God, they'd be pissed if that happened. So I'm trying to be careful of that. And other than that, I've gained some weight. Damn it, Kevin. My point this summer was to lose weight. I'm back up to almost 180 now, so I got about 10 pounds to cut. Well, 178. It could be all the chocolate pies and the upside down pineapple cakes and the cookies and the sweet rolls that mom and dad ask for when I go to the grocery store. I can't help it, man. I have to have a nibble too. So I'm an ice cream and chocolate fiend. I admit it. But back to the show. We've got a lot of news to cover. The last couple of weeks we were talking about music, so we weren't exactly talking about current events, and we've missed quite a bit. So our top story tonight: Black people are really pissed off, and actually they're not the only ones that are pissed off right now. It's pretty much 75% of America that's pretty angry right now. But we'll talk about that in a moment. We do have some stories from the last couple episodes that I'm going to follow up on. First of all, let's do a quick coronavirus death count. As of this point, June 1st, we are at 103,000 and plus dead people. Woo! Not that you know, because that's actually been bumped off the news by this whole rioting story. So there was actually something able to knock coronavirus out of the top news story. Wow, that's all it takes is killing an innocent black man on live television, and we can get coronavirus off the news. But hey, at least America is finally number 1 at something again. So USA. I guess that's what Donald Trump meant by making America great again. So, you've accomplished your goal, Donnie. Way to go. When asked about this tragic milestone, Donald Trump Jr. replied by saying, well, it was a good day for the Dow. Jesus. A rotten apple doesn't fall far from the tree, folks. And in a bizarre doubling down on his false faith in hydroxychloroquine, President Trump announced he was actually taking the drug. Yes, indeed. What do you have to lose, right? Besides having a heart attack, I guess. Hey, Donnie, if you're going to experiment with drugs, try drinking some Drano, Expand your horizons a little bit. Furthermore, on May 22nd, Trump visited a Ford plant in Michigan, yet still refused to wear a mask even though the Ford plant itself was following the CDC guidelines by requiring their employees to wear masks. Why the president did not wear a mask, and I quote, "I didn't want to give the press the pleasure of seeing it." Jesus Christ. Michigan's Attorney General Dana Nessel summed up Trump's actions perfectly with two simple words: petulant child. Now, for those of you Trump fans out there who don't own a dictionary and don't know what petulant means, I looked it up for you. It means insolent or rude in speech or behavior. No, I said insolent, yes. Derived from a Latin word, petulus, meaning impudent. No, not impotent, impudent. It means marked by contemptuous or cocky boldness, disregard of others, lacking modesty. Any of this ringing a bell here, Donnie? Some other words that also are similar: crabby, cranky, cross, crotchety, fiery, grouchy, grumpy, irritable, peevish, pervish, prickly, quick-tempered, raspy, ratty, snappy, snarky, snippy, stuffy, testy, and waspish. Well, I think that pretty much sums up Donald Trump in a nutshell, folks. In previous news, we had talked about the problem of coronavirus in our meat supply. And it turns out that, yes, indeed, after Donald Trump required meat workers to go back to their unsafe work conditions, it turns out more meat workers have the virus. Go figure. Wow. Just at Tyson, Smithfield, and JBS alone, they've got 11,000 infected employees. Folks, maybe when our food starts killing us, some of these Open America Now people will actually start realizing what a problem this could potentially be here, okay? We're not over. We're not out of the situation. And on the previous show, I talked about a couple of senators, 3 Republicans and 1 Democrat, got in a little trouble for selling their stocks right before the coronavirus hit. Well, it turns out the DOJ has now dropped the investigations for all of these people. Well, at least 3 out of 4 of them. Feinstein from California, Inhofe from Oklahoma, and Little Miss Loeffler from Georgia. All have had their cases dropped. Although Richard Burr did have to step down from his Intelligence Committee position, and he was replaced by little Marco Rubio. So again, DOJ does absolutely nothing about this blatant criminal act. Folks, you can't tell me that they weren't using the information that they had in order to make profit on their sales. I'm sorry, but I don't remember seeing this investigation going on in Congress. I don't remember seeing any conversations between the Senate and these people. I must have missed that on C-SPAN that day. So again, I'm not quite satisfied with the justice the DOJ is giving us on this one. And this probably could be because Donald Trump and Attorney General Barr now have the entire DOJ in their back pocket. Speaking of which, Trump has fired another IG this week who just happened to be investigating Mike Pompeo. And Mike Pompeo's spending of federal money to have personal private parties to raise money for his own next political gain, whatever that may be, whatever position he plans on running for if he makes it through this election. So, that's kind of a concern, if you ask me. Furthermore, he was also investigating how that Mike Pompeo has suddenly given funds and weapons to Saudi Arabia without getting any consultation or approval from Congress, which is completely illegal. Kind of like, Iran-Contra scandal, or, when we were giving money to Afghanistan to fight their war with Russia. So again, these are things that are a little more important than Obamagate, folks. When Donald Trump starts talking about Obamagate, he's completely full of shit. He's got nothing else to talk about. If he can't blame the Chinese, he'll blame the WHO. If he can't blame the WHO, he's going to blame Obama. If he can't blame Obama, he's going to blame the rioters in the streets. This guy didn't take responsibility for anything, folks. Again, petulant child is a perfect description of this man. I mean, even Attorney General Barr says this Obamagate thing is bullshit. So if Barr is not willing to go to, Trump's back on this one, it's completely false. So, folks, on that note, we've got to go to a commercial break here. But again, season finale, what the hell was that? Number 5. We'll be right back after this important message.
25 years of peace and quiet. And then this shit starts rolling out on fucking YouTube. What do we have to do to shut down? What do we have to do to stop the pot-riddled idiocy that's coming from Florida? What do we have to do? We've tried everything. We've tried protests, rallies. We've tried making him move in with his parents in a retirement village. We've tried everything. And yet, we still have Todd Baker. We still have liberal spewings of a drunk pothead. We don't have, there's no rhyme or reason. There's no logic. Does he have any statistics or facts to back up anything he ever says? No, never. It doesn't happen. All we have is whatever's on his mind for that millisecond. That's all we get. It doesn't matter that he's over 50 and living at home with his parents in a retirement village. No, does it matter that, he took the opportunity of the coronavirus to retire from waiting for 8 months? No. Does it matter that he's got cigarette stains between every single finger on both hands? No, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Because we still have whatever the fuck this show's called. So I'm pleading. I just watched the movie SWAT. I'm very enthused by the movie SWAT. I will put up $100 million of my own money for someone to eradicate Baker. 100 million. But please, for the love of God, shut this shit down. Thank you.
Jesus, Kevin. First the Trump ad for Trump's bottled water, and now this. I mean, I realize the guy was a paid advertisement, but maybe we should preview these things before we actually go to air, okay? But that was a death threat, man. Good Christ. I mean, I've gotten letters from the KKK before. It didn't shake me a bit, but that guy sounds a little creepy. You see his beard? I mean, he's gotten haggardy in the last 20 years, man. I remember that dude. He protested my 30th birthday party at Chelsea's. He shut down the cable access altogether in 2000. This is probably why my goddamn Facebook account keeps getting blocked for 30 days. This is why my phone isn't working right now. He's hacked into my phone, I bet. I tell you, America, see, this is exactly what happens. You start making a couple Trump jokes, and every right-wing tinfoil hat wearing nut job, starts screaming about their right to free speech by taking away yours. Folks, I have a simple solution for those who are offended by my words or my ideas or my opinions. Change the channel. Watch a different video. Turn off your phone. Read a book, you moron. I mean, that's what I do every time I see Trump. It's called freedom of choice, people. This thing that conservatives refuse to allow women to have when it comes to their own bodies. Yeah. I bet that guy is a pro-life Christian, too. It would explain why his hypocrisy and penchant for threatening violence. This is what's truly frightening here, folks, about these fundamentalist fanatics, is their beliefs are so blinding, they fail to see the irony in their own actions. This is a pro-lifer threatening to kill somebody. I mean, and I am kind of honored how much he was willing to give out. 100 million, Kev? We might have to think about this. I cannot be silenced, though, folks, at any cost. Even for $100 million, Kevin, here's what I think you should call this guy, because he doesn't seem that bright. He looked like he was drinking. And I'd be willing to bet we can convince him you killed me and you collect $100 million and we split it half and half. And for that kind of money, I will fake my own death. You know what I'm saying? My parents don't really need me. If I had the money to like hire them a maid and a cook, they wouldn't need me around at all. I could go back to Hollywood. I could do a real TV show. Shit, for $100 million, I could win this election, Kevin. I'd go right. Here's my idea. So because of the coronavirus thing, I can't do my Todd Baker, nationwide rock and roll tour that I wanted to do. That was, Trump has his, hate rallies. I was going to have peaceful rock concerts all over the country. I was going to get Watershed and Two Cow Garage and maybe Lucero or Clutch, maybe Drive By Truckers, have a different variety of bands. We just drive around the country and we have like one day little happy festivals where we listen to music and talk about issues, and you can bring the kids and they can get their face painted and get balloons, and, parents still have beer and food and be fun. That's, but no, we can't do that now. So here's my idea for president. We get a big RV, Kevin. We just drive around the country. We take that $100 million and we just give it away to people. Just give it away to people. No hang-ups, no tax, no tax hassles. It's just we're helping Americans. Now that'd be good for the vote, Kevin. We put it all on television so everyone sees what a good Samaritan I am. And dude, that would outdo Donald Trump's little press conferences and his TV shows any day. The networks wouldn't have to put up a dime because it's our money, so they'd love it. Advertisers would swarm to something like this, helping poor people. They would look fantastic. We could get the makers of Cottonelle and and Purell hand sanitizer to sponsor the thing. We could make millions on this. I'm telling you. So anyhow, all right. So Kevin, I think we better step up security a little bit here, pal, because after that last ad, I'm afraid to see what you got planned for me next. So, folks, we'll be back in a little bit. This is Reverend Todd's season finale. And now, whether or not this has anything to do with Gurn, let's just let him think I went off the air because of him, Kevin. I mean, look, I got a presidential election to run here. You know what I'm saying? I got 3 months to win the hearts of the American people. I don't have time to be dicking around with this Yahoo. So let's take care of him and let's get that $100 million and let's do some good for America. So we'll be right back with more. What the hell was that?
Attention headbangers, moshers, thrashers, slam dancers, and stage divers. Or at least those of you who used to do those things before you got old. Do you miss your glory days in the pit? Are you sick of what the radio calls heavy metal? Tune in to Damage Incorporated, the retro metal podcast straight from the glory days of old. Only at Monty610.podbean.com. That's the Damage Incorporated podcast, only at Monty610.podbean.com. Bang your head.
And welcome back to What the Hell Was That? Kevin, I thought maybe we should have some mood music for this next segment. I was thinking either like Aerosmith, Lightning Strikes, or Clutch, The Mob Goes Wild. But folks, shit's going down right now in America. It turns out folks don't like it when cops murder innocent people on the street on videotape. Yeah, we kind of get a little irritated about that when it keeps happening over and over and over again. You'd think maybe the cops would have learned after Rodney King that, folks can only take so much shit before they start just busting shit up. And I don't approve of looting. I don't approve of breaking windows and busting into stores because, let's face it, folks, for all those people that want to open up America, this is not going to help the economy, okay? So you're not doing your neighborhood or your neighbors any good by busting up their stores and stealing from the liquor store and whatnot. I saw one guy, pitiful. He old, it doesn't even matter what color he is. He was an old guy. He looked like he was homeless. but he had like literally 4 12-packs of beer, you know, trying like right in front of the video camera. I'm just walking right along, and he stops in front of the camera to readjust the beer. Like he had to get the right position under his arms, you know. And dude, if you're gonna steal something like that, steal some liquor. Still, how long is the beer gonna last? A couple of days, especially if you got to share with your homeless buddies. You know, I mean, you know, yeah, I'm gonna have a party tonight. It'll be gone tomorrow, buddy. You know, buy some liquor. That'll last longer. It's ridiculous. But you know, again, you know, I understand why people are freaking out, folks. I really do. I'm just personally too old to get involved in the melee. You know, like my parents are still alive. I don't need the harassment of them having to bail my 51-year ass out of jail at this point. So as much as I support the cause, I'm not getting involved in all that brouhaha. But I mean, folks, there are riots all over the country right now. You know, it started in Minneapolis. Then next thing you know, Atlanta goes up in flames. Louisville, Philly, Cincinnati, New York, Los Angeles, Washington, D.C. Villages are cool. You know, I wonder if these old right-wing Republicans realize that right around the outside of their little fantastic bubble exists a whole bunch of piss poor, angry, unemployed, white, black, and Latino people just ready to fucking raise some hell. So, you know, you might have to be using those golf carts to barricade your house, folks, when they start coming for your cash. We'll see what happens, folks. You know, the Baker household has no guns, and really, we've got nothing to steal anyhow. So my attitude is, anyone who wants to try to break in, come on in, smoke a joint, kick back, relax, and let's talk it over. Because at this point, that's really the best solution that, you know, I can recommend to any governor out there. And of course, Donald Trump's not helping the situation. He's flaming the fires all the whole way. You know, I mean, folks, when you're quoting an old racist Georgia mayor as your inspirational speech, when the looting starts, the shooting starts. Donnie, you're not helping things, pal. You know, maybe by calling these protesters thugs, you know, you might want to just notch down the rhetoric just a little bit. But you know, again, the officer was charged with third-degree murder, which essentially means it was an accident. So I can kind of see why these people are pissed off. I mean, folks, this guy should be charged with first-degree murder, no questions asked, and every single one of those cops, those 3 little bastards who watched him choke the shit out of this guy until he fucking couldn't breathe, deserve to go down for it too, folks. I'm sorry. You know, as a privileged white person, I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of bad cops. We've had bad cops in America for hundreds of years. Maybe it's time to actually clean out the entire damn system, top to bottom. You know, when we've got black joggers getting shot down in Georgia just because they may look like somebody who is trespassing. Folks, have you seen these 2 redneck hillbillies that shot this man? Dude, I'm sorry. They do not deserve a judge, a jury, or any jurisprudence whatsoever. I said we drag these white trash motherfuckers out of their trailer home at 2 in the morning with a big flaming cross on their front yard and string them up from the biggest fucking tree they got. No justice, just us. All right? This is how we eradicate. You want to eradicate somebody? I got plenty of people we can eradicate, folks, starting with these 2 fucking pinheads. So I'm telling you right now, folks, if you want a choice for your leadership in America, Todd Baker is the guy to choose. All right, I may sound like a namby-pamby liberal from time to time, but trust me, I've read both versions of the Bible, and I know what an eye for an eye means. So, you know, it's time that we, the 98% of people in America who don't get tax breaks and who don't get $300 million, you know, golden parachutes when their corporation has to, you know, go bankrupt. For those of us out there who actually have to work for a living, it's time that we rise up against the money-grubbing corporate assholes who are strangling our freedom from us. And so as President of the United States, the first thing I'm going to do is fire every one of those motherfucking Trump employees. I'll tell you that right now, folks. And after that, we're going for the judges, because that's the only goddamn thing that son of a Mitch McConnell has done in the last 2 years, is pushed more goddamn conservative judges through our system. Folks, we need judges who are actually going to be fair and do their job and look at the issue as it is and not just run it by political guidelines. You know, for years, the Republicans have been complaining about judges, using their judicial influence on the bench to push a political agenda. Well, what do you think Mitch McConnell's doing right now? We got Lindsey Graham out there encouraging judges to retire early so Mitch McConnell can put younger, more conservative judges on the goddamn board. Folks, this is why we have our problems with our country. We've got the entire system is being bought and sold by the large mass corporations, and it's time that we as Americans do something about it. So keep that in mind when you plan on either pulling the switch in November or using your vote-in card. Because, folks, I'm telling you right now, there is nothing wrong with mailing in your vote. It does not cause fraud. It does not cause illegals. There's not going to be dead people filling out forms. That's all a bunch of bullshit. Just vote. That's the important thing. We'll be right back with more What the Hell Was That? Season finale number 5. Do you love a good concert story? Sure, who doesn't? Then you should read Todd Baker's Ticket Stubs. It's jam-packed with fun and adventure from around the country. Todd's seen every band from AC/DC to ZZ Top and everything in between. So if you love a great concert story, read Ticket Stubs by Todd Baker. Available now on Lulu.com. And welcome back to the What the Hell Was That? Season finale. I'm your host, Todd Baker, and boy, what a long way we've come in just 5 short podcasts. And first of all, I want to thank my buddy Kevin Monavon, my lifetime best buddy and producer of the show. Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure, Todd. It's been a lot of fun. Look how far we've come this season.
Well, I tell you, we started shooting the show in my parents' garage. Then I moved it indoors. I can't smoke in here, which makes it difficult. Takes it longer to do, but that's all right. I think the cat has enjoyed it. Mom and Dad have tolerated it. And, look, we showed you the villages like I promised. I went to the Randy Rhoads crash site like I promised. I told you some Warren Zevon stories like I promised. Folks, I've kept more promises than Donald Trump has in 4 years. And I've done this in just 5 weeks. So, again, when you're getting ready to go to that election poll in November, whether you're voting in person or voting by mail, which, by the way, is perfectly legal, and coincidentally enough, the same way that Donald Trump voted the last time around. Yeah, by mail. Nothing wrong with it, folks. There's no goddamn fraud. It's a bullshit smokescreen issue. I've never, ever had to vote without showing them my photo ID. So for all these yahoos clamoring about, we need voter ID. Dude, you got a driver's license, don't you? If not, get a state ID. If not, if you're too pissed poor to get a state ID, then you should get some sort of free piece of paper in the mail saying, hey, I'm a legal citizen. I live in this state. I want to vote. That's all it is. It's simple enough. So, again, these are smokescreen issues that President Todd Baker will take care of, folks. First thing I'm going to do in office, legalize weed. Yes, indeed, folks. We're going to legalize weed nationwide. We're going to start bringing jobs in. We're going to start creating new industries. We're going to bring the rope, paper, and clothing industry back to America. Fuck the paper companies. If we can find a better way to make paper and rope, too bad for them. Sorry, that's called capitalism. When you've got a better idea than somebody else and you can make a product for a cheaper price, well, then people are going to probably buy your product. That's what capitalism is all about, folks. So for all those folks out there who are all for the capitalistic free market system, then you too should support the idea of legalizing marijuana, because it's the only way that we're going to save our country at this point. Restaurants are going to be out of business in about 6 months. Look, I don't even want to go back to a restaurant at this point, let alone one I have to work at. I'm not going to be eating out for a long time, folks. I got better things to do. I'm okay staying at home. I feel all right being here in my house. Folks, I didn't have a social life down here with mom and dad in the villages. Anyhow, I'm not missing anything. Yeah, I can't go to the movie theater, but I can see it on Netflix 6 months later. I can't go hang out at my favorite dive bar and have some oysters, but that's the price I'm willing to pay to make sure my parents are still alive. All right. So, these are priorities that I feel are important, folks, and that I feel the American people should get behind, because there's not going to be a job to have if there's no one to fill the damn job. So again, living people will actually help the economy more than opening jobs right now. So again, folks, President Todd Baker, 2020, vote for me. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with the same bullshit you've had for the last 4 years. On that note, thanks for watching. What the hell was that? And we'll be back in September.
After 25 years.
Don, yeah. Yeah, we got him. 100 million reserve. Yep. Still fucking doing it. Florida, you believe this shit? I thought that was a red state. All right. Take care of him. Late.
Rocky, stop eating grass.